Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am Johnny Avanti and I'm here today with my 2008 Toyota Tacoma. Now, I've been having problems with the Tacoma and I wasn't exactly sure what it was. So the problems I was experiencing was one, loss of fuel economy, sluggish acceleration, and hard starts. So I thought it was the spark plugs. I thought there was something wrong with the transmission, you know, with the bad acceleration. The other thing I was experiencing was pretty bad coasting. So if I was trying to hypermile, the truck would pretty much like kind of slow down, and I wasn't sure what to do, and I didn't want to go to the mechanic and pay like expensive automotive fees, because like if you go to the mechanic, they usually charge like $58 diagnostic. If you go to the dealer, it's like almost $200. So like if you're willing to lay out that kind of dough, you know, go right ahead, bring your car in, because they may find something else that was troubling the car. Okay, so the next thing I figured out was it could have been bad gas. So I figured, you know, did I get any bad gas at the gas station I usually go to? And that's Costco. So the reason why I go to the Costco gas stations is because they have so many people working at the pumps and it's a union shop. And I've been getting pretty good gas there, but then you never know. So sometimes, you know, you may come across where the gas station gets a bad batch of gas, or there might have been water in the thing. So that's what I decided to do, was to check the fuel. And what I did is I went out and I bought, you know, Gumout. And Gumout promises one that it's a fuel system treatment. It maximizes fuel economy. It cleans fuel injectors, intake valves, ports and carburetors, and lubricates upper cylinders. So what this does is kind of cleans out the carbon. So the reason why I decided to put this in is, one, I'm due for an oil change. So anything that this thing cleaned out is going to come out in the oil. It's not going to go in my clean oil. So I recommend you put something in like this when you're just about to change the oil, like maybe within 1,000 miles or 500 miles, a couple of fuel tanks full of fuel. You put this in, and this may like solve, you know, sluggish, hard starts, poor coasting, and what I came across is that this stuff really works. I mean, you can see the picture here. It shows you that, you know, cleans fuel injectors, cleans intake valves, and if you have a carburetor, it should clean your carburetor, which I really don't think that it will clean a carburetor, because you have to physically take carburetors out and clean them. And that's probably the best way to clean a carburetor. But the fuel injectors, it's an electronic thing, it's different. You never know. You might get something stuck in the fuel injector, like a piece of who knows what. Could be in the fuel that doesn't get filtered out of the tank. So all you got to do is just take a bottle like this, open your fuel tank. You know, I already put this in there. Just take the bottle and just stick it in, let it drain out, and that's just, you could put this in the fuel tank when it's empty or right after you fill it up. It really doesn't matter. They usually say like fill the tank up, then put it in. But I mean, why would you do that? Because maybe the gas station will overfill your car, and now you got to put like extra something in the car that may overflow. So it's better you put it in first, and then the gas that's flowing into the tank will mix this up really well. So the reason why I bought the Gumout is because it was 2 for 10. And later on in the video, you'll see like the other brands that are available that'll clean your fuel injecting and all these things that this promises to do. All right, so the big question is that the first thing, does fuel system treatment maximize fuel economy? Well, it sort of kind of did increase a little bit fuel economy, but I don't think I really experienced an increase in fuel economy. Maybe I need another bottle, you know, to clean the car out, because like I've been averaging, you know, 18, 19 miles to the gallon. So the last tank I got that I was concerned with, it was like 16 and something. So this is why there's something really wrong, because when your fuel economy drops a lot, then you definitely have a problem. Cleans fuel injectors, intake valves, ports and carburetors. Now, I'm not too sure that it did that, but the car is running a lot better than before. So I feel like 2 of these bottles, back-to-back fill-ups, did something to help the car run better and cleaner. lubricates upper cylinders. Now, I'm not sure if it did that. Now, the best way to really find out if this stuff or these brands or these type of products really work is, one, before you put it in, pull out a spark plug, take a picture of it, and put it back in. And then once you're done using the fuel system treatment, either you could buy these bottles or you can go to like the dealer or some kind of oil change place, and they will have like a fuel system cleaner, but they charge a lot of money. This was $10, and I feel like it did a pretty good job. The other way to do it is you take the valve covers off. You know, you look inside the cylinders, you check it, and that's a very extreme way of checking to see if something like this really worked. Okay, but for people like us who are consumers, we're not really mechanics. We're looking for a cheap way to fix the car. This is a good way to start if your car's running not that well. You know, put something like this in there, run it through, see if it works. And in my opinion, this Gumout worked. I mean, I feel like the car runs a lot better. It's smoother, it has more acceleration, and it's faster. You know, I experienced my car being a little faster on the highway. And that's another way to use this is if you know you're going on a long trip and you're going to be on the highway a lot, definitely you can throw one of these in, and all that continually high speed, you know, fuel pressure will clean out your system. Because like if you're going to use this around town, around city, you're not going to get a lot of fuel pressure, so this may not work as well. You want to use this when you're going on long trips. Even if you're going to go like 50 miles or 75 miles, you know, you burn up a quarter tank of gas, a half a tank of gas with this in it, it should help, you know. But if you can't go on a long trip, you know, put it in anyway, see what happens. I'm sure it's going to help one way or the other. I wouldn't go in the car, start revving it, you know, high revs and doing that, because you really don't want to rev your car when it's idling unless it's necessary. You know, you want to keep the car, you know, running as smooth as possible without any harsh acceleration or you know, useless like acceleration while it's in park.
Right, guys, these are all the fuel injection cleaners, different prices, STP. They've been around a long time. And here's the Gumout, and what I actually bought was the 2 for $9, and there's only one left, so they're out of that. Here's the liquid moly. If you read the ingredients, they probably all have the same stuff in it. They just name it differently. They go to different labs. Whoever's, you know, making these blends of all these chemicals that they put in here, which all this really is gasoline, and it's high octane. And they just, you know, call it, you know, something different. So the reason why I bought the Gumout is because it was 2 for $9, and I actually ran 2 of these through the car. And I like, you know, here's gas treatment, 2 for $6. This could probably help out as well. You know, nobody really knows unless you take the engine apart, look at the spark plugs, and see everything that's in the engine to really find out if this really works. Because a lot of times, you know, people go to gas stations and get bad gas, and they think their car's not running well because of the bad gas that's in the car, and that's especially going to a gas station that is a no-brand station. Look at all that stuff.
Yo, this is Johnny Avanti. Hope this video was helpful. I got a couple more videos coming up in car maintenance, so don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, comment, and I'll check you guys back later. And Happy New Year to 2020.
Burning like a ton of calories. If you're burning a ton of calories, your body processes it different. At least I feel like so. I feel like the jury's still out.
But it's still better to have like complex sugars like, you know, bananas and stuff, right?
According to who? I went to Medicaid. I don't know what that is. Not if you've just depleted your glycogen. You know what glycogen is?
Have an order, calamar.
Yeah, it's made by Gumout. It's in your muscle. Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you did that like a really crazy hard workout, you know, you put a bunch of sugar in your body turns into glycogen.